People diagnosed with mental illness will often face an uncertain future, and their diagnosis will often be accompanied by stigma. The stigma is heightened by media misconceptions, a lack of public knowledge, and a history of fear towards mental illness, especially schizophrenia.
When I heard he had schizophrenia, I was afraid to rent a cottage to him.
When the general public hears the word schizophrenia, they think of people like James Holmes, the shooter in the movie theater in Colorado, or John Hinckley, who shot President Reagan.
It's a physiological disease. It has nothing to do with your emotions per se. It affects your emotions, but it's a disorder of the brain, the chemicals in the brain. I had no idea about that.
The word schizophrenia literally means split mind, which incorrectly leads many to associate schizophrenia with multiple personality, when in fact the condition actually involves a split from reality. This misnaming of the illness has enhanced the stigma of schizophrenia.
Hi, my name's Bill McPhee. Growing up, I had a normal childhood. However, in 1987, my life changed forever. I started to hear voices, have hallucinations, and became paranoid. I was 24 years old and found myself isolated in a psychiatric ward. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Bill was very ill. He was hospitalized 6 times. He lived in 3 different group homes, and he had a suicide attempt.
Despite living with the stigma of the name schizophrenia, I was able to overcome and live a relatively normal life. Today, I am married, I have 3 children, and a business of my own.
You don't very often see successful lives of people living with schizophrenia, and Bill is certainly an example.
Learning to deal with this illness and experiencing firsthand the lack of support and the stigma associated with the name motivated me to reach out to others faced with the same diagnosis. We are raising money to fund a speaking tour throughout North America to spread knowledge about schizophrenia and to work toward changing the name schizophrenia to McPhee syndrome.
You look to somebody like Bill and if he can do it, I can do it.
Renaming schizophrenia to McPhee syndrome will reverse the misnomer and will allow for the public to be reinformed about the symptoms of the illness and reduce the fear that is directed towards those who suffer from the illness. The money raised for this campaign will be used to pay for travel and venue expenses for Bill and a small team of supporters. The funds will also be used for publicity, which will help inform the public.
As part of my desire to help those dealing with schizophrenia, I began a publishing company, Magpie Media, to help spread awareness about schizophrenia. Magpie Media began publishing SZ Magazine in 1994 in Canada, and we also have a US version, SZ Magazine. The magazine is the only one of its kind in North America and provides information about mental illness to the community and professionals. It also provides a platform for advertisers to directly reach those who need their products.
Incredible.
I actually have copies of Schizophrenia Digest, and I always read it actually cover to cover.
The magazine was very new, and at first we offered free copies of back issues, and then we got to selling them, and he added several books to the table, and people were so thankful to have resources.
I've also delivered inspirational speeches, provided consulting services, and just recently finished an autobiography that is meant to be informative and encouraging. All donations are greatly appreciated and will be used to both inform a wider selection of the public as well as to provide support and hope to those who are affected. Your donations will also enable us to work towards changing the name and stigma of schizophrenia to McPhee syndrome. Thanks for enabling us to expand our mission of hope. Come back often to see our progress and help us spread the word. Thank you.